Welcome to Buildings of Tomorrow. My name is John Lester, and in this episode we'll be talking about maintaining the digital twin. I'm joined today by Markus Winterholer. He's the product owner of the digital lifecycle at Siemens Smart Infrastructure. Markus, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, John, for having me.
Always a pleasure. We've talked before about the digital twin, and we've gone through all this effort to build the exact replica of a building in the virtual world. Once we have this, how do we maintain it?
Yeah, the thing is really the maintenance of the digital twin, because it's only useful if it's up to date and if reflecting all the information we need for a specific application. So the basic question is really how to keep it up to date, how to make sure all the changes of a building, and we have typically 2 changes per week in a building.
You said 2 changes a week, which is a lot.
That's really a lot. So this can't be done by just one person. So everybody operating in the building has to provide this data. And only if this data is known and feed back into the digital twin, we are able to keep the digital twin alive.
So everybody, no matter what discipline they're working on, has a responsibility to maintain to the same level of detail and quality, I expect.
Exactly. And that's why it's very important to make the digital twin very easily accessible and available to everybody who's doing changes and applying changes to a building. Of course, this is an approach that needs to be secure. So we need to make sure that only people who have the authorization to make those changes. But also it's a technical issue to provide these people with tools that they can easily make these changes without additional effort, because otherwise they didn't do it.
Because today in normal situations, we have drawings that were produced during the planning phase, and then these are changed and sometimes updated, sometimes not, through the construction phase. But normally once we get to the completion point, these plans are never touched again. So this is a big change from normal operating procedure.
Right, so everybody has its own copies of the plans on its laptop or even printed out, and only the one is able to access these plans. And of course, it fulfills its purpose. If he makes the changes in there, for him everything is fine. But all the other disciplines, they don't see the changes, even if their discipline might be affected. Like I told you last time, that when we move a wall or place this table here, this might affect other disciplines you might not even think of.
Yeah.
And this is only possible to overcome if we have this collaboration platform, the digital lifecycle, where everybody is contributing in a safe, secure, but easy way.
So you need somewhere for them to be able to put this information, that everyone can access it. It's not in different formats, it's not in different styles, it's all collaborated together and also standardized.
Exactly. And you need access to the tools, right? Right now, most of these planning tools, they are also installed on some computers, desktops. Only a few experts can really use them. And we have a technology in there that makes this technology available, all these tools available in an environment that doesn't need to be installed on your PC. It can be directly operated in a web browser so everybody can access it.
This would probably make some license management tasks a little easier as well.
Exactly. Configuration, updates, all this stuff we have to deal with today, that's all gone.
And this is a really good point. You talked about updates. We talk about the entire life cycle of a building, which can be up to 40 or 50 years. Every year with these programs that we use, we have a new version and the next version. And I can't imagine in 30 years how many versions of these programs will come along. But we have to be able to use this data, correct?
Exactly. And you have to always go back in time. So we're not deleting any data. We're just accumulating data, keeping it updated, and the data is growing and growing year over year. So the amount of data we have available is also growing, which is a huge asset for us to learn from buildings. And that's what our main goal is. We want to learn from buildings, we want to learn with buildings, and we want to have the full footprint of a building covering the whole life cycle. So when we look back in 30 years from now, we know all about these buildings we are in here. We know it from the very beginning, and we have all the data collected from the very first day.
we know where to look, we know how to read it, and we know how to use it and understand.
Yeah. And we, as I said, we also have the tools available there. So even if you got your laptop replaced every 2 or 3 years, don't worry. The tools that have been used to create this building here, they will still be available in 30 years from now.
Perfect. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you all for joining us here on Buildings of Tomorrow. Please feel free to like, comment, or share this episode, and also subscribe to us here on this channel. We'll see you again soon.